So we have the second game in the second Illinois tournament, Matt versus Frank. Looks like Matt will be the Soviets, and we're viewing things from Frank's side. So I'm joined here with Jeremy. Jeremy, how you doing?
Doing good, Derek. How about yourself? And you know who else is doing good is Frank with this hand.
Yeah, no kidding.
Um, wow, a lot of ops. I go a couple different ways with this, but I think I would still do the Marshall
Marshall.
setup,
Yeah,
Derek. Yeah.
Marshall for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, sometimes the only time I usually tend away from Marshall when I have it turn one is if I'm really low ops and feel like if I get purged, I'm going to be screwed. But he has purge in his hand, so yeah, definitely goes for the Marshall setup. That seems like the obvious play.
Yep, I love it. Can try to space decall right away to get to that first space track if
Hmm.
no CNS right away. A lot to love about this hand.
Yeah,
It's a little awkward for blockade, but that's a good problem to have.
yeah, I'll take that
So,
problem over
yeah,
the many other problems you could have in hand. You could just hold 5 year plan for a
yeah. I'm
blockade.
just trying to poke any hole I can into this.
Hmm. I mean, it could mean though that Matt has some good Soviet events, but as I say that, he headlines Olympic Games, which tells me he does not have good Soviet events.
No, definitely nothing attacking Europe.
No Vietnam, no Nasser.
Right. He does win the Olympics. Always the worst thing in the world is headlining Olympics and losing it.
That yeah, that you just want to flip the table when that happens. All right, so Matt's definitely a cooer, so we'll see if he's got something to coup Iran.
Yeah, let me see. I'll start card tracking.
So while we're waiting for Matt to coup, the standings right now, we've only had one game so far in which Jeremy, you beat me. So you're currently leading the standings.
Let's let's just stop it right here.
All right, so we get the duck and cover coup. Oh, of course he rolls a six. Of course.
We were joking before the stream about this affecting Frank's rating, which of course Frank, we wish him the best of luck in his upcoming finals match in OTSL Silver.
Yeah.
But so that has been a great run for him, and it's also been very nice for his ranking, which means there are a lot of points at peril here in
Yes.
this matchup.
Yeah, he could really take a nosedive here with a loss to Matt. But even though that coup was bad, he's got a great opening hand.
Yep.
And
And
oh, what were you
sorry,
gonna
go
say?
ahead. I was just gonna say I like what he's doing, spreading
Oh yeah,
from Israel and going to Malaysia.
yeah. He doesn't necessarily need to coup. I think you definitely want to get access to Malaysia in case Matt does have Vietnam and decide not to headline it.
Hmm.
I was a little surprised with the duck and cover coup, but I don't know the rest of his hand. That might have been his only decent coup card. Um, Usually, turn one, if I'm the Soviets, I'd want to hold that in case I can get a Malaysia coup off. Um,
Yep. Yeah, I think it's not. Ned is not representing a very strong hand right now.
hmm Well, we're going to see it. That is not a strong hand.
Oh, but he does draw the ever important Indo pack.
Yeah. He did have EU, though. I'm surprised he didn't coup with that over on duck and
That's
cover.
true.
So, I don't know. What would you do with the CIA app?
I think mm, I would consider taking the coup on Iran, even though you can't really do much, just to drop DEFCON, because that protects him from a coup with CIA on Panama.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that because you know that Matt doesn't have anything to get into Thailand, so you don't really have to rush there. And yeah, it does protect Egypt, gives you a pretty good position in the Middle East. Yeah, so I think I agree with this. assuming he commits it. There we go. It's a good time to roll a 1 when it doesn't really matter.
Yep. And now, what would you do with this op for Matt? I'm thinking South Korea, maybe?
Yeah, probably South Korea. You can wait on Pakistan. All right.
So, look at, we are calling out their moves.
No
so
kidding.
far.
All right, I like the quick jump to space. You know, there are no scoring cards, no access cards, so there was no need to rush anywhere.
And he has captured Nazi in hand, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was even more important. And Matt, he had Indo-Pak in hand, right?
He did. I'm trying to remember his full hand.
There's a lot of. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, why
Yeah,
didn't he headline Capture Nazi? Okay, yeah, Truman. I know he had very low ops. EU is his only 3 op.
EU, Nazi, Indo-Pak, and what was the other one in his hand? Do you remember?
Um, Indo-Pak. Are there any other 1 ops? Or is it a 2?
So.
Yeah, I
Something
can't
like
remember.
Cambridge 5, but I don't think it was.
No.
So Matt crawls into Pakistan, which I think is good.
And Frank can safely play 5-year plan now, knowing that Matt doesn't have blockade.
That's a very good point.
Oh, defectors. That was the other one.
These spaces. Yeah, with captured Nazi in hand, I would have invented that first and then space defectors, but.
Yeah. But again, what Frank brought up, it was surprising he headlined an Olympic over Capture Nazi. Capture Nazi is 1 op as opposed to 2, and it's a guaranteed 2 VPs as opposed to like the risk with Olympic that you maybe lose the games.
Right.
Okay, like Lao. Maybe go into Libya as well, or start buffing up. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are Frank's goals here? He probably wants to get an op into France, at least one.
Yeah.
I think he wants to secure Libya to get that domination.
Yeah, I didn't like the Thailand move. That didn't really threaten anything. I maybe knowing how low Matt is on ops, maybe even going into Jordan to threaten Saudi, might have been better. Because it then might have forced Matt to put ops into Iraq as opposed to filling up things in Asia.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure. It feels like it's been a productive term, but I don't know that he's pressing the tempo as much as he could with all these ops.
Yeah, he's definitely spread. Frank has spread well, but you're right. He could be more aggressive here to force Matt to maybe make some suboptimal plays and not spread as much as he wants to.
I do like. It looks like he might be trying to hold purge, which I kind of like that. That's one of those things that I always try to do on turn 1, and it never works. There's China. That went to Pak, India, and South Korea.
Okay.
So you put all 5 into battlegrounds.
Yep. I mean, if I'm Frank, I don't worry about that because you have access to Southeast Asia and can pretty easily block domination with country count.
Yep, and Matt doesn't even have an BG yet.
And plus, you know he doesn't have the scoring, so no rush.
He did 2 Libya. Oh,
yeah, I like 2 Libya, 1 France. I mean, you have to do both of those.
AI war.
Close call.
Yeah, I'm okay with just going Libya too.
Yeah, it does secure domination, and that also forces Matt to potentially put ops into Iraq.
I wonder if Matt's trying to say captured Nazi for a potential headline.
But
Or
why?
like
Why
what
didn't
would
you
have
just
been more
headline it turn
useful?
one then?
Yeah, I agree. And normally with a bunch of ops, I'd love to go after North Korea, but with the battleground situation, I don't think that's very productive.
No, I. If you're Frank, you just want Asia to be even.
Yeah, so I definitely one into France, maybe even two, honestly.
Yeah,
If not two, then maybe the other up to Jordan.
Jordan's not bad.
It's great that he's able to carry Purge, though.
Definitely. I mean,
Is a very red deck, though. I see five blue cards, four neutrals, three of which are scorings, and then two, four, six, eight, 13 red cards.
oh my. And here's a lot of them.
I think the headline's pretty easy. Although you won't have a ton of ops if you play Purge.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Although, honestly, would you play the China card here in this situation more? Just because I think you're more likely to get it back than you normally would be.
Yeah, against Matt. Yeah. Um. I might play China to hold D style.
Yeah,
Like
that's a very good point.
you can hold D style, UN blockade. Um, and I think that's important.
Yeah, I like that.
So Matt might be holding a scoring card or two.
Yeah, interesting to see what Matt's headline will be here. Possibly NASA or that one.
Oh,
Yep,
De Gaulle
that's the
makes
next one I
sense.
was going to say.
So let's see if he has NATO or U.S. Japan to take it. And assuming Matt does take France here, I think you just coup to drop DEFCON.
I think so. Do you do it with Romanian or do you want to get your second mill up with Fidel?
I'd like to get the second mill up. I mean, you could use Formosan.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, I forgot he was under Purge. So you can't totally take France.
Yeah,
Hmm.
U.S. Japan is still out there.
It might be worth fighting for
Yeah,
France. I know Frank doesn't
yeah.
have a lot
I
of
think this is
ops.
good.
Yeah. All right. Well, you still get your mill ops. I know he doesn't have a lot of ops, but oh, you do know that Matt has Indo-Pac though, so Matt will probably get his mill ops.
I thought he played that last turn.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's what he used at the end.
Hmm.
Okay. So unless he has Korean War, then he won't get mill ops.
Yeah, I have him with EU and CNS still.
Yeah, I forgot he played that last.
I think the Formosan on Iran is the right play,
Okay.
even though it doesn't give anything. Uh, so this is looking like it could be pretty deadlocked coming out of the early war. not going to get much out of the Middle East, especially if Nasser comes before Middle East scoring.
Mm-hmm.
And Asia is looking like three, maybe two VPs for Matt.
Yeah, score-wise, it'll be deadlocked. I think Frank maybe has a little bit of an advantage just because it looks like he's going to hold D-style, and Matt will need decal in order to get some access,
Yep.
which has already gone to space.
And this game and how it's played out is a perfect example of why you should space decall right away, even if you haven't seen stall.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very rare situation where you can hold both of them through the reshuffle.
Mm-hmm.
It can happen, but I think it's rare enough that you, you usually want to space decal.
And he technically could have done it, but he would have had to give up West Germany to do it.
Yeah.
So not really worth it. Let's see here.
Oh,
Okay.
there's another scoring. I don't know if I'd give up Cambridge yet. Oh, well,
I think because you're gonna play Fidel, right? Like, do you think you're gonna
you could
space Fidel?
you could space Fidel.
You could.
I mean, CIA is gone, so and you really don't have another space candidate.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm okay spacing Fidel. I think people give Fidel up too easily sometimes.
And actually, with his lack of access, it's even a bigger deal, I would say.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, now if you're going to space it, I
So
think
that tells
space
me he
it.
doesn't have NORAD in hand.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Oh, never mind. He's not guaranteed two spaces.
Yeah, I would think if you were going to space, you should go ahead and do it now.
Yeah. Yeah, the tempo's right for it.
And there we go.
That's good.
But Matt still does have CNS here.
He does. I imagine he's going to event it.
There it is. Well, so Matt doesn't secure the first space and the 2 VP swing. Instead, he secures the third space and the 4 VP swing. So
Very unconventional.
Very well.
Worked out for him, though.
So where do you think this one-op from a UN blockade should go, Derek?
Thinking Jordan, especially if Matt doesn't fill Iraq here. So he'll threaten 2 battlegrounds.
Yep, with Middle East still unscored. I like that. Okay.
Oh, giving up U.S. Japan. All right, well there goes Iraq.
And the only other thing I was thinking about was Saharan states.
Saharan states is a good choice too. Maybe I might even lean towards that now. Because you can't. There's not a lot you can do about Middle East if Matt gets Nasser.
Yep.
And I don't know if you want to commit to put.
Oh, he's holding both? Or is that a misclick?
Oh, well, no, this makes sense. Then you can blockade it next turn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
And that turns out to be perfect.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, that's a very good point.
Purge would be very, very bad. Purge is a nightmare in this scenario. Actually, what's your headline here? Do you just headline blockade and just hope that you don't get purged? because you're screwed
Boy,
either way if he headlines Purge.
how many? What do you have in Matt's hand?
He has Nasser. I think Nasser is a pretty clear headline. He has Nasser in Middle East.
And does he also have containment? Vietnam,
Containment.
South goes.
Oh yeah, containment would save you here.
Which he probably would play. And then, do we know 7 of his cards? That's I feel like I've missed something.
So wait, what'd you say? Middle East Nasser, Sakovs, um,
South goes Vietnam,
Vietnam.
Suez.
No, Suez is in Frank's hand.
Oh yeah. Heh. Okay, that makes more sense. And then Warsaw's in Matt's hand.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
There we go. He is going to do blockade, which I agree with you. I think that's right.
Yeah, I mean, you take the small chance that you redo Purge. All right.
Yeah. So now that he's faded Purge, this is a. I mean, it's a terrible hand, but for managing red events, it is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Matt will have no access all game. Spacing off Fidel really paid off. And this becomes a very important coup, too.
Oh, but he goes for Libya and rolls a 6 again. My God. Oh. Um,
Excellent.
so do you maybe get kind of aggressive here, go Saharan States now? Maybe try to convince Matt to coup there and get your mill-apps?
Get your mill ups, but and I wonder how hard Matt is going to go at the Middle East now too, with Nasser
Mm-hmm.
in hand. Um, I would go to uh, Saharan states, but I might also throw that op into Jordan.
Yeah, I think Saharan States and Jordan.
You do that with AI war.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then Matt should know that Frank has Korean War.
Yeah, so he's not going to fill up Korea quite yet. I like this too. I mean, it doesn't put pressure on Middle East, though. That's the only drawback compared to what you were talking about.
Yeah, no, I don't mind this at all because he has to make the Angola walk. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, this retakes domination in Europe,
it does, yeah.
so it's reasonable. Oh my. I don't think he wants to play that again. Last time it was a 4, this time it was a 5.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know.
you got to fill up Israel if you're going to play it again.
So if you're Matt, how do you handle the Middle East here? You've got to get one into Syria. I think you do want to event Nasser, even though on turn 3 I'd usually love to just play it for ops and get it out hopefully after Sadat, but I think it's pretty useful here.
I mean, how useful is it really, though? Because you event it.
Yeah, it's just a
Well,
point. It's 2 points because you'll probably take control of the country. I don't know.
yeah, because I guess Frank probably wouldn't try to take it. So yeah, it might be worth it.
Yeah, that's definitely reasonable there. So Matt, I believe, has containment, Middle East,
Mm.
Nasser, Vietnam, and an unknown. Oh,
Oh no!
like Frank, but
Yeah, I think the board is in his favor here. I'd really like the Saharan States move.
I do too.
I don't think he's going to do it, though.
Depending on this unknown card, I actually think Matt's probably just going to fill Saudi and then.
I agree. Yeah.
You could even fill Saudi with Nasser if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're not going to event Nasser, play it for ops.
It is, except for two relatively meaningless AI wars. Has he rolled nothing but sixes? So we do get the Nasser event. He could do Vietnam to take both Saudi and Egypt. And oh no, he's got no unknown card.
Okay, sorry, what did I miss?
An event of Nasser.
Oh, all right.
And I was speculating that Matt could use Vietnam to grab both of those if he wanted. Depending on what the unknown card is. I almost, if I'm Frank, I might just do the obligation and space decal here.
Yeah, I mean, the score isn't going to look great going into turn 4, but the board will.
Board will look nice. I think if you're Frank, we've said it once, we'll say it again. We'd like to get Napa into Saharan states, and then filling up those Central America battlegrounds too, Panama, Mexico.
Yeah, I agree. Space decal, get it out of your hand. Yeah, I think you're right about what Matt's going to do. Vietnam to fill Egypt and Saudi makes sense.
Yeah, and then probably a containment on the end of the turn would make sense. Frank, I assume, is going to play a couple 3-offs.
Oh, or I forgot, it's Matt playing, so you play the China card.
He's going to threaten. Unless
he doesn't. He can't.
He can't do it.
No, because Frank just has to poke something.
Frank, or just even play 2 ops into Israel. That's fun, but it's not going to happen, Matt.
I like the gall of this play.
Yeah, because what 4 ops or even Test Ban and Purge are out there?
Yeah.
All the US ones got evented.
All right, well, now he's moving into Cameroon. Actually, this might be a good spot to go Colombia.
Which it looks like that's what he's pointing at, right?
Yeah, usually I'm not a big Colombia walker when D-Style is out of the picture. But this might be a situation where it could work.
Well, I love it if Matt doesn't score Middle East here, because then you
know. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They are, yeah.
Agreed.
That's wonderful. But okay. He does, yeah.
Scoreboard looks awful, but
the mid-war regions look Very pretty.
Yes. Frank's just got to avoid OPEC.
And then assault for OPEC.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my favorite. It was a long time ago, but that was one of my favorite ways to win a game.
Was that an Illinois tournament game?
No, no,
Okay.
maybe someone else did it, but I was. It was very similar. I was at no access, turned forward, got OPEC insult, and it was um, just defended OPEC immediately. He cooed somewhere else because I had just done an AR1, did salt, tried to coup, and then, but under salt, you're not doing much and just
Right.
won. It felt very cheap, but it was fun.
All right, where are you going with these four ops from Suez? I'm assuming fixing France.
Yep, gotta fix France. I think I ignore anything in the Middle East.
Yeah.
You're just going to worry. You're just going to rely on Sadat
Hmm.
to make that not a total bloodbath. Um,
I wouldn't go UK. Oh, I guess NATO's in effect, so Italy is protected. So UK makes sense, I guess.
wasn't special played?
It was, but um, well, I guess I don't know, I'm leaning back towards Greece because Matt has access to that, and
Mm-hmm.
I could see Matt playing aggressively to try to prevent Europe domination.
What about something down in the southern part of Africa too? Because those are the access cards that kind of still exist.
Yeah.
Like I think I'd like to get one into Angola at least.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's listening.
All right, I like this.
Yeah, this works. Although I might like Saharan states though, because Nigeria is kind of vulnerable there.
Oh, true. Well, that Europe scoring's nice.
Very nice. Junta does get you access, but it doesn't get you a coup.
Right.
Cuban Missile Crisis, I think, is your headline.
Oh, absolutely. Because then you could do that junta into Uruguay.
Yeah. No, this turn, assuming it goes okay for Frank, he should be making the whole like left side of the map here blue.
Yeah, I think the only way this doesn't go really, really well is a Willie and OPEC combo here. We've got U2 in hand.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, he has nothing to coup to get off arms race.
Right, literally.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this. Oh dear.
Uh, it's. Oh my gosh. Could this really happen?
Oh my.
Oh, Matt, please just play your card. I can't stand this. Okay, he would have played OPEC already if he had it,
I
right?
think so. Yeah.
Okay. My goodness, that scoreboard is scary.
Yep.
Being done for the events.
Oh, does he have Asia in hand? That's still.
That still doesn't do it though. Maybe he has Southeast Asia one and it gets a VP out of it.
Mm.
Yeah, I like this. Protect. Wow.
And then go
Get
there.
Europe back. Yep.
Yep. Love it. That was my tensest moment in my brief commentating career
Yeah,
right there.
I thought the game was over. We were talking about the one combo that would end this game.
And he got one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, what are we talking about? Junta in Colombia, he can't coup with CMC in effect.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
screwed.
Mhm. Interesting.
Well, he did need presence,
He did.
and I suppose that gets you access to a battleground, which Sudan doesn't. So I guess it's not bad.
Yeah. Is it worth it to coup to get Milops to get arms race off?
I think it definitely is, but I might just drop Europe.
Yeah. Oh, drop Europe first, so OPEC is not this looming threat.
I was
Oh
just
no! Don't play
his
arms
arms
race.
race.
Because I feel like rear guards, while nice, I think you could use that for a coup.
You could use it for a coup. The only my only counterpoint to that is that would make those battlegrounds safer. But you're
Mm-hmm.
right.
No, you
Actually,
use it for a coup, you'll get your two VPs for Milops, plus you'll get your three VPs from arms race.
yeah. And then with
So
five
it's
VPs from Europe, all of a sudden that score doesn't look so bad.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely be trying to event this. I mean, gravity control and starting that South America walk is not bad, but I think you could have done that with shuttle.
Yeah. Interesting.
That is interesting. That's definitely annoying.
So Matt has Africa, doesn't he?
I'm thinking that's the only way that really makes sense, right?
Yeah. So you just put three ops into Algeria here?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Is there anything you can really? No, you can't really threaten anything else. I wouldn't use U2, although I don't think there's a magic card
Yeah.
to give Matt four VPs, but I
No,
still
no.
wouldn't do it. Um, I would just use shuttle, and then yeah, I don't mind just going two and then doing the
Yeah,
South
it's
America
fine. Let
one.
him keep poking if he wants to. Could maybe even event rear guards to cause some annoyance if he keeps trying to poke it.
Right, if you can only put one op in there, it's great. I think you could definitely try and hold Junta at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be a good, even if you don't have anything to coup. Oh, well, if you don't have anything to coup, you can't drop DEFCON with it. I was thinking as a headline for next turn.
Yeah. Surrey Windows face.
Alright, drop Europe, please.
Yeah, I think you have to, right?
Alright, some breathing room.
think. So he's doing this. Yeah, he's definitely got Africa. Yeah, and I love rear cards here. You can break his
Break
presence,
both. Yeah.
overprotect Nigeria,
Hmm.
and I don't even know what you do with the last one.
Actually,
Oh,
maybe. Well, you could either go Philippines or you could overprotect Algeria as well.
good. Yeah, that's good.
I like
Or you
breaking
can just
both.
not worry about his presence because it's only a VP and didn't go
That's
Algeria and
true.
global.
Yeah. You know what? Focus on protecting your battlegrounds and maybe break Burma and put something in the Philippines.
Not sure. Just breaking Saharan states is
No, if you're gonna break one, break them
yeah,
both.
yeah.
Yeah, the thing with this Africa stuff, he really didn't spread much in South America, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
should be okay with Junta next turn,
yeah,
but
if Africa gets scored here, it's going to be worth it.
oh yeah,
And based on Matt's play, although truthfully, where else would Matt be putting ops? Maybe he's doing this because he doesn't have anywhere else to go.
yeah, that's true. With Europe scored and the Middle East scored. I think I might have tried to go down the eastern coast of Africa though, if I had on country count.
Yeah,
Although those are
the,
more inviting coup-wise,
I
though,
was
where
going
you
to
can't
say,
come
with
back.
Cuban Missile
Yeah.
Crisis in effect, you get a coup in Sudan and then you're screwed.
Yeah, so this is probably actually does make sense.
I would like to see Frank take a coup here to get those mill ops.
Yeah, so we take a coup. I think he needs to fill up both of those South America countries.
Mm-hmm.
I would go ahead and hit Tunisia.
Yeah, I
Especially
mean, if you
do
knock it
that.
down and he has Africa, you get yourself another VP.
I guess this is probably a better defensive play because it'll protect potentially Nigeria and Algeria.
Yeah. This is
Although
the better
Algeria
play
is
if he
really
doesn't have
good.
Africa, which
Yeah.
seems like at this point he doesn't. Oh
Oh,
no!
oh,
Oh,
okay.
nuclear subs. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not what I expected.
I don't think it's what Frank expected
No.
either. Yeah, that's a very good point. I think he could have just played so
Yeah,
not
that's
overprotected
strange.
Pakistan.
That's really strange. Okay, well, you can't even really take advantage of it unless you want to coup Algeria. Um, so yeah, you got to block Africa or Asia.
Yeah, and I think this
Yeah,
is
that makes
good.
sense. Yeah, so block the Asia domination, get down to Uruguay, fill the South American battlegrounds.
Yeah, the remaining scorings look very blue, and that's with
Hmm.
got
Oh my.
an easy path to at least 8 VPs on that South America scoring.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely going ABM here with Missile Envy out there.
Yeah, yeah, you have to, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's probably your best headline anyway. Even if Missile Envy wasn't a threat.
Yeah, you're probably right. Because what else would you do? The Pope?
Yeah, I mean, Warsaw's out there. Pope's always good, though. Uh oh.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
You got to fill that.
Yeah.
And Matt, I assume we'll just put in Chile.
Hmm. It is interesting for Matt because you put
Or
in.
he could just, well, yeah, yeah, overprotected. That's good. I was going to say you could just put one there.
Because Matt
And then
can't
I think
get
I might do
presents.
Uruguay so he doesn't get
Yeah, you know what?
confused by Brazil.
Yeah, guarantee yourself the domination at least.
That too, yeah. That's turning out to be an excellent use of the Cambridge 5.
Mm hmm. Yeah, I like Uruguay. Just click it, Frank.
I like Uruguay too, although, well, I guess Frank would get a counter coup, but if you're Matt and you have a 4 op, do you actually just put this Cambridge 5 op into, what is that, Argentina, and then if you roll a 4, you've locked
Um,
him out of that little sub region,
Potentially.
pending the counter coup. This is fun because I thought this was going to be a very easy 8 points for Frank, and now it's getting a little
Mm hmm.
complicated.
That's Twilight Struggle for you.
Interesting that he. Well, I guess you go Nixon just in case Frank plays
Mm
it.
hmm.
But
Do you Junta into Peru here? Take some realign shots?
yeah, I think that's good because you no need to drop DefCon. In fact, you want to have the counter coup because that'll
Yes,
come.
I agree. Let
Yeah,
Matt coup first.
yeah. So I love Hussein. And then I assume Frank's going to do everything in his power to hold Asnat here. I think if you do some successful realigns on Chile, it's Argentina that would get the 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd be more. No, no.
Oh, I think you can still get. No,
Oh,
I don't know about that.
not with Junta in hand.
Hmm.
Hmm. If he was going to do that, I maybe would have dropped DEFCON first. Well, no, because then Matt could coup. Well, here comes the Thailand coup. Oh, come on! Oh, jeez.
Oh my goodness. Oh
This
man, is this on a
is
delay?
this is on a 15-minute delay. Yes.
Oh, okay, we don't know what the chat's doing yet.
Oh, that is great and awful at the same time. I can't believe that.
All his coups been sixes?
I think so.
I think so
He
too.
had the opening coup in Iran. He had the coup in Libya. He had the coup in Thailand. I think there was
I
those were his only three coups.
I think he watched the end of the stream last week where you said I had a nicely rolled game and he wants to make sure he gets his chat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think Libya's the right way to go, right?
Yeah. And you gotta hope you can hit with Indo-Pac.
Well, you got to pull a mat with that.
Mm-hmm. All right, not bad.
And I do think, like, I would have loved to have gotten the Pope event off since it's at 5, but I do think that was the right choice for the coup.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, I guess you keep holding Junta with South America already scored. You can headline it next turn to protect Africa.
Yeah, I think that's right. The only downside is you're going to have to play Astronaut, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I almost wonder. Well, though, actually, with that that Thailand crew, the board looks a little more red all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm. I think you take your chance with Indo-Pac here. I mean, I don't think Matt has Asia. I think he would have scored it there. But
But yeah, you're probably going to do it at some point, right? So
right.
now it's fine. What's the country count? Yeah, Matt's got 8, so
Mm-hmm.
that is quite the down.
Yeah, Indo-Pac's your only chance here. Oh, I forgot about Flower Power. I'd do it anyway. I guess you could space it.
You could space it, and you don't need the mill ops, and it is only a 1 in 6 chance.
Yeah.
And this is Frank rolling, not Matt.
It's a big 1 in 6, though. If it hits, it's pretty big.
Yep. I like this too.
Yeah. I know it's already scored, but it's a threatening play, and I'll at least have to think it over. Okay.
So yeah, sure, take a shot.
Yeah, you make the threat, you follow through. Oh, that is quite the follow through.
And the opposite of a six for Matt there. So maybe
Yeah.
Frank should try more real lines. Um,
Board is very saturated for turn 5. Oh, there's OPEC.
there's Opec, a turn too late for Matt.
Whoa. Maybe space here. South African, you
Yeah,
probably don't want to play.
South African. I think even with the flower power, Indo Pack is less damaging for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, now that you've gotten Matt out of Chile, you can't drop a DefCon with Junta. So
Yeah.
yes, he's saying, yeah. Fidel, yeah, that's still in the deck. That was spaced on turn two. Yeah, and I love holding an S knot here because really, I know the board has gotten. Oh, he's maybe prepping for South Africa and spacing Indo-Pac. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's reasonable. I just with the way Africa is, I wouldn't want to give Matt any chance of getting one of the battlegrounds, even if you're preparing for it ahead of time.
Yep. I do think that is the first time I've seen a Junta go one to South Africa, one to Angola, but
Yeah, yeah. You don't see Junta played for ops too often.
okay, there's Bear Trap.
All right, if you're gonna space, space now.
Yeah, so this board, with the way it is in the mid war, I love keeping S Snap because Gunman is Frank's biggest concern right now, I think.
Yeah, yeah. If you can get gunman in Asia in your hand, that's a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe get rid of them with our man right here. Oh, Matt rolls a 1. What is that? All right,
For
Fidel
Fidel,
is
so that's a
gone.
nice consolation prize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, UN, I'd get rid of Salt. And now you can go and fill up Cuba if you want to.
Yep. Yeah, just live Theo out there to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Uh,
Well,
technically, coup
Algeria.
Algeria.
Yeah. Or well,
But I
actually,
knew
he
he
can
was
coup
there.
anything in the Middle East.
Oh, and I think even though he can just repair, I still would have put those ops in Angola to make him repair because
Yes.
now he can attack Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are still a long ways away from fighting this on country count.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that use of South African. I would have definitely broken Angola.
I don't mind playing in Central America here either.
Mm. Maybe go back to Cameroon, protect your
Oh, that's
battlegrounds.
good. Yeah, I like Cameroon a lot.
Yeah, Israel is kind of. Oh well, you can get rid of some cards here with Ask Not. Duck and Cover though, I think is your headline.
Duck and cover and then ask not. Yeah, ask not. Just about the whole hand.
Yeah, I mean Panama doesn't do you any good. Brezhnev, I know. Well, maybe I'd hold Brezhnev, but Allende, Muslim, Portuguese, obviously gunman.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think I'd just hold Brezhnev. Get rid of everything else and hope you get the two scorings.
Yeah, I was gonna say how I learned to get a sneaky five VPs, but I could see some coups happening in say Guatemala or African
Okay,
non-battleground.
yeah. How I learned, I could see holding that. Might not get 5 VPs, but you could maybe get 3 out of it.
That's true.
Oh, that's not nice.
Oh, I wouldn't have mattered, but oh, interesting.
Okay, yeah,
It doesn't
Portuguese.
really matter which you quagmire.
All right, that's a relief, I think, for Frank. Shade for influence.
He's going for control.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. I I totally missed that Japan was the last battleground.
Yeah, he has to just jam. I think Frank just has to jam China in there.
Oh my goodness. That's unfortunate.
Oh, I guess Muslim is pretty meaningless.
Oh, yeah. Just take the one out of Egypt.
Kind of a reflex to put that in the ass not
I
pile, but
know. Yeah, me
pretty
too.
much a free four up.
No, I agree with putting Muslim into Japan.
He's aggressive. It would have worked amazingly well if he'd failed one of
Yeah, he
those
just needed to fail
quagmire.
one roll, and that would have been
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I was wondering at first, why is he breaking Japan? Like, I thought he might go and try to flip something in Africa, but it makes total sense now.
Mhm.
I just put them all in Japan.
I
Like,
was going to
you.
say, I don't think you have the option to do two with
No,
this.
no, you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. What is Asia? What would Asia control even be? Like 11 points?
It's a lot. I know it's. Well,
I've gotten 13 before, but that's with the
Yeah.
G. I had it, just force it.
All right, 9.
9.
Ouch. All right, ask not. See if you can get your own scorings.
Yep. Well, you got to try to draw them here, Frank.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta ask not. You have to ask not. I mean, not just to get rid of gunmen, but to try to fish for those scorings.
I agree. The one thing that Frank might be trying to do, he might play China and hold both of. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah. I understand it, but
But on turn 6, I agree with you. Yeah,
you're at
I would
risk
suggest
here, I
that.
think, of losing to war games potential. Well, no, because those scorings are going to come out next turn at least.
Hmm.
So I guess war games isn't really a threat. All right, I I think I think I'm okay with this. I think I see what he's thinking. The score looks bad now, but it's going to turn around, and the board is
Yeah,
in his
those
favor.
scorings are 18 VPs, I think.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm behind you, Frank. Okay. Now, what do you use to fix this?
Yeah, this is the problem. Is
Mm-hmm.
you don't have it. I think you just fixed Panama.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think Matt has that scoring.
No.
But if he dumps a bunch of ops into Cuba, you're not gonna be able. You're gonna have to fix it by trying to realign it.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? If you realign yourself out, not the biggest deal in the world.
Yeah. Wait, I have only 2 red cards in the deck right now. And actually, was Che played?
Yeah. Che went to Japan.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so one. Wait, was U2 played too?
U2's played.
No red cards in the deck.
And some major U.S. cards we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen
Well,
grain sales, puppets, VOA.
Alliance would be six or
Yeah.
seven movies. Um, Even like a Camp David and Sadat combo is
Mm-hmm.
important right now.
Wow. Yeah, that's very not just U.S. events, consequential U.S. events.
Yep.
And Matt can't space 2 ops anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I'm guessing Matt is having trouble deciding which of the horrible cards in his hand he wants to play.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of cards out here. There's Brush War and Nuke Test Ban,
Mm-hmm.
but some.
Oh wait, no, nuclear test ban. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just a brutal deck for Matt right now. Oh
All right. Well, that's not a bad card.
no, he just quit.
Oh, okay. So he had DEF CON issues.
He just said he has to go.
Have to go.
Okay, well that's too bad. I do think it was about to turn pretty hard for Frank, but that's too bad.
Yeah, that. I mean, could he have had DEF CON issues? Grain sales, but Duck and Cover was. Yeah, I think he just had to leave for some reason.
Not immediate DEF CON issues, but
Yeah.
hmm,
All right. Well, kind of, sort of.
anticlimactic
Yeah,
downfall.
yeah. But I think Frank was probably gonna turn this around anyway with those scorings to come.
I think so too.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone.